Haha, yes, that's right. I think you were. The Talgar, he's an old man now. He's tired from rowing all day. I don't think you'd be able to take this little girl.
Tuxedo can.
We return this week to the adventuring party. Having defeated the Stone Tooth Mountain, claimed quite a few trophies from the dwarves, cash that in for your cash reward. Had a feast in your honor, perused the town a little bit, sent off a message to Lord, realizing I don't have my notepad open, Elthon, and kind of deciding what to do. Befriending a young girl, Jocelyn, in the process, who has her hands on a treasure map that promises platinum somewhere deep in the mountains. She is said that she's been planning on doing this for a while and has led you to a small boat that she has scavenged, found, pieced together, and some supplies. You helped outfit her before you left, and that's where we will pick up this week. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I called the board. Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember what I called it. Okay, so we're on River and Ruins. Jocelyn. So you guys feel free to control the bot, put whatever ambient stuff on you want. So Jocelyn stands in front of a rather long, rickety boat. It has definitely seen better days, but she beams with pride as she looks it over and kind of points out the stuff. She's got rope, she's got a small anchor, there's a small wooden chest to haul back the platinum, of course. She's got a fishing rod. There's a few water containers and skins. It looks like she's also ferreted away a couple bottles of something stronger. From the looks of kind of the area, it looks like she spent some time down here. There's a little fire pit. And it kind of looks well worn with your awesome perception. So you can tell that she's been thinking about this course of action for a while. Okay. I guess give me an investigation check. So you don't find any immediate signs of holes or leaking in the boat, but it is dragged out of the water right now, so it's really kind of hard to tell. You would at least know, even with that terrible roll, that the boat's going to be at capacity with the full complement of the party, plus Jocelyn and the sacks of coin that you have. It's going to ride probably a little low in the water. Indeed it is.
Jocelyn, do you have very much experience with this thing?
She kind of looks a little hesitant. She's like, I've paddled it around. It navigates well.
How far away from the land have you taken it?
Well, just see that rock down yonder? She kind of points along the bank, not too far away. Down there and back a few times. It's kind of hard to operate just on your own.
What do you mean by that? Do you need help with this thing?
I mean, it is a rather large boat.
Gosh,
It
well,
was
I'm
the
an
only
old
one
man.
I could come across. But the boat is a pretty large-sized boat. I mean, it's a large canoe type craft. It does look, especially with her size and strength, that it would be rather difficult to navigate solo.
Like a Lewis and Clark shaped boat.
Kind of. Very much what you see is what you get at the moment. She says, of course. It seems like a wise move. See, that's exactly why I needed to find you adventurers. You would know just what to do. I'm going to learn so much. She begins to kind of heave ho on the boat and push it into the water.
I was going to ask, are you actually going to be able to move it into the water? That's cool. I like it. Yeah.
Now for the hard part.
Deleting the old one or hiding it.
Well, got part of it. Oh, there's a lot of boards in that. Okay, so that's not coming out. But we have one to load up.
How does it look, Vinny? Any leaks?
It does look like a boat.
So as you put it in, it does take on a little bit of water. Like it's very slowly pooling in the bottom, and it looks like as long as you kind of bail it out every once in a while, it'll hold.
Hey, Jocelyn, what are these ruins over here? Over yonder?
She kind of follows you as you walk that way. She says, "These have been here, my whole life. The town folk don't really know much about them, but there's lots of rumors.
Oh yes, what are the
One
rumors?
one of the original human settlements in this area. The dwarves didn't like them encroaching on their mountains and smashed it to pieces. This is all that remains."
Oh yes, you can't trust those dwarves. You know, they are basically the same as Durga.
She says, "I've known a few dwarves, and they seem nice enough in the village.
Oh yes, I'm sure they seem nice enough.
I've never met a Durgar."
Oh, you've met one dwarf, you've met a Durga. That's basically a shame. But anyway, let's go have a look. Come with me.
I feel attacked.
Just come along. We'll see how good you are with this.
Is there anything to load onto the boat? Like, if there is, I could stay here and help Vinny load it. But if there's nothing to load, I guess I'll keep an eye on the...
I mean, yeah, y'all got supplies and stuff. Like, the boats get loaded by y'all while they're off doing this, I guess.
Yep, sure.
So you notice that there's some other basic supplies that she's stashed away over here, Tyee. Some other basic supplies and things that she stashed away. A bedroll that's seen better days and looks well used. You see a little kitchenette and a few other area things that have been set up. Jocelyn says that she uses this area when she needs to get away. She can't say that she likes being around a ton of people.
Yes, that makes sense. And what about these doors over here?
Doors. Oh, shit. The DM did not know that those were there. I don't know. Where do they go? Into
Goes in the
void.
water. Oh my god.
Did I hear doors?
The doors.
Yeah, I know, right.
Talgar wakes up.
Hey, I got something open here.
Flintstone runs in. Yeah, I mean, this is just abandoned ruins time.
Okay, cool. That's okay.
Just
Very good.
using as her little clubhouse getaway.
Let us head back. Well, what's the worst that could happen? We could die, I suppose. But might as well get along on our journey.
That definitely does sound like the worst thing that could happen.
Oh, there are worse things than being a Durga.
Okay. Okay. So, good. No, go for it. Okay. So you cast this octopus and it slips over the side and clings to the side of the boat. Jocelyn's eyes are wide at this action. She says she's always wanted magical powers, but doesn't seem to have any, no matter how hard she tries to concentrate. She kind of nestles into the boat, and everybody loads up. And get to the chopper.
Should I go? Should probably be like in the middle of it, right?
Sure. You're gonna have to put your characters back on a boat when we switch maps anyway. I can't take y'all.
As you should know, at that time, I am an old man and not very strong any longer. I'm not sure how much use I'll be on the boat.
So, Talgar in the middle there takes an oar. And, is Talgar doing the rowing, or is somebody assisting Talgar with rowing?
I would probably be trying to, just taking point in the front.
Okay. So, Jocelyn points downriver and says we head down this tributary until it hits the main river. And then once we hit the main river, it should be a day and a half, 2 days away. Maybe 3. It is kind of late in the summer and the snow melt has stopped for the most part, so currents can be unpredictable. She says, personally, no, she's never been down the river, but she hears stories of people who have. Lots of people come into the Griffin's Nest.
This is gonna go great.
After hearing that, I would definitely be much more on my expecting trouble, right? So that's go to the posture of watching out the front.
Okay, so we have a full team effort then on We're in navigation, deadliest catch mode. All right, so the party shoves off and begins to head downstream. Talgar, give me an athletics check, please.
It's gonna be a 21.
You dig into the oars like you were born to row.
Fucking
Like
speedboat.
the boat's like planing up on the water, heading downstream. Okay. As the boat does pick up speed and start navigating its way down there,
Navigator.
see, what I need to do is I need to rename like all you guys in Discord the same as your character's name. So Karl,
Oh, I'm done. I did that already for you.
thank you. I appreciate
welcome.
that. Karl, give me a survival check, and Vinny, you give me a survival check as you work together to try to find, a good route.
17 for me.
Okay. All right. Well, with the 17, you're able to kind of pick some good channels. You're able to yell back at Vinny adjustments that need to be made, and you navigate down the river quite expertly. With Talgar's athletic form and digging into the water, he has propelled the boat quite a ways downstream. It isn't long before the tributary begins to curve and twist and eventually meet a larger, faster flowing body of water. As you've made now the main river, in really good time. You've probably got a couple hours worth of daylight left. And Talgar, your arms are beginning to ache a little bit. Kalbren, you're starting to become mentally tired from the navigation, and Vinny and Vesmir seem to be really enjoying the cruise. Jocelyn, wide-eyed at all the new sights and sounds. This probably is the furthest she's ever been from Blasting Dell.
I think Vesmir was helping row.
Oh, Vesmir was?
Yeah, Vinny said it in Vesmir's voice.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry if I missed that.
Well, fellas, it looks to be getting late. I can try to find a good place to camp if you'd like. I always feel better in the woods under the trees.
Oh shit, that's me. Line. What was the question? I'm sorry. She
My
was
mission
daydreaming.
is broken. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Play
so-
the song.
Oh
Everybody
yeah, I'm
stop.
the NPC.
Everybody stop. You gotta play the song again. We gotta start it all over. Damn it. I got ripped out of the world so violently.
God damn it.
The question was, what does she think about sleeping in the boat versus trying to find a place to camp on the banks?
She kind of looks around and, I mean, with all of your gear and the full party on the boat, it is pretty cramped. She's kind of found a nice little spot due to her stature, but the rest of you trying to sleep on this boat, probably going to be difficult.
Actually, I don't know if that's a reasonable expectation for us to be able to sleep on this thing. I think we should be sleeping on dry land. And multiple people need to be up at one time, and we'll have to do it in shifts, and we'll all end up exhausted. Maybe we could just tie the boat down, I suppose.
Well, here at Blasting Dell Pleasure Cruises, we aim to please.
So in that case, I, as Karl, will try to start scanning the riverbanks to see where is a reasonably safe place would be to pull the boat in.
Give me a survival check. With guidance.
That's probably not a bad idea on that one. Plus 15.
Okay. So you actually find a small little tributary that kind of winds its way through some reeds in a little like kind of eddy of the river that pulls away from the main current. You duck into that, and before long, you find yourself at a suitable little camp spot. Looks to be out of the way, somewhat protected.
Oh, this looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you pull into the area, we can go ahead and transition to the board boat camp.
Boat.
As the party exits and begins setting up camp, you pull your boat upon the shore and secure it. You unload. Talgar, your muscles are burning, your shoulders. Vesmir is probably not had that level of workout in quite a while. But you've arrived, pretty further than you thought you were going to get the first day.
Can I see that map? I'm interested in asking the map because I want to see like how far we may be from the destination.
Okay.
I'll give it back.
So taking Jocelyn's map and she's hesitant to give it to you. But after a little bit of persuasion and the fact that you guys are all out here and have taken up on it, she thinks it's the best and gives it to you. Although she doesn't leave your side or let it out of her sight. And this is the first good look at the map you've had so far. So I guess would be map reading.
Survival?
You wish.
Yeah, survival or nature, I guess. One. It could be. I mean, pick the kind of appropriate either wisdom or an intelligence-driven skill.
I mean, we can do perception.
Sure. Give me a perception roll.
Oh, close. It's an 8. Although when I still have guidance, or does it matter?
Definitely looks like a map.
Definitely looks like a map. You do. Oh, yeah. Right, because it's a really short duration.
Some good-looking scribbles on this map.
Once it's stealth, I can reroll. Never mind. Yep.
So you're able to
on the 20.
You're able to decipher the major landmarks. You see the mountain range is obviously the mountain range. Hey, there's the river and some markings for where Blassendale is. If you had to guess, you're probably about a third of the way there. Even with all the good time that you made, it seems to be a little bit further along than maybe Jocelyn led you to believe. There's some other markings on the map towards the south that kind of border the lurking woods and some of the forested areas. There's some X's and in common it spells the word trolls just to the south of the river. You notice that there's a few other markings that you can't decipher in the mountains, but roughly the path does lead you up some key landmarks that would get you to kind of where the red, the X on the map is. But much more detail than that, you're not able to ascertain.
Okay. I'll fold it back up and hand it to her.
She grabs it. She never fold the maps. You roll the maps. You roll the maps.
Fine.
Okay, that's a full-on hour of doing your stuff, I believe. Okay. So Vinny's off doing some religious stuff. What's everybody else doing this evening? Jocelyn kind of hungrily wolfs down some of the rations, which everybody will need to mark.
Rest my achy muscles.
Go ahead.
All right.
Karl will just take a walk in the woods, specifically looking down more than up, trying to ascertain if there's any wild beasts that likely seem to be in the area, sort of getting a lay of the land. You know, no more than 100 yards radius on the camp. Just kind of searching around, looking around.
Okay. So this looks to be just a secluded wilderness. There doesn't look to be any ruins, any caves, really any distinguishing features. It just looks to be regular wilderness, off the beaten path.
And as I get back to the camp, while I was on my walk, I will have cast the Goodberry spell, and held out my hand with the 10 of them and let the group know, if anybody doesn't want to eat rations, I have an alternative. And just set them down on a rock near the fire and let people take what they want. There's 10 of them in total.
Yeah, same.
And before I answer that, Jocelyn reaches over and curiously takes one, smells it, pops it in her mouth, kind of makes a weird face, but swallows it. Just kind of wanting to be like the rest of the gang.
See, it's not poison.
And Ken, what was your question? It will take a full action for that. I would treat it basically the same as a potion. Gotta pop it in their mouth and chew it for them real quick. You got 6 seconds to chew. I would also say if you were to pop a good berry out of your pocket and take one, that would be considered a bonus action.
Cool. So there's now 4 left, and I'll take the 4, I guess, because I imagine everyone has one, so...
Sure. Anybody else wanting to do anything? No, nothing so far. Although now that you have joined a larger body of water, who knows what will, be down the road. Do any of you come from a river background? Sailing?
Or Vesmir.
I don't know. I mean, you tell me what? Well, you don't have his background. Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay, well, after an hour, you have secured yourself a flask of, or whatever container of holy water. What's everybody else doing? Jocelyn kind of looks around the fire as everybody's doing their thing and asks Tyee, so what are you going to do with your share of the treasure?
Oh, I don't quite know yet. It just depends on whether we find the treasure at all. Sometimes these maps, they lead to disappointment.
Not this one.
No, I certainly hope not. I wouldn't be on this journey if I didn't have at least a little bit of hope.
I want to see if I can get a turn with the massaging octopus. Thank you.
What about you, Karl? What are you going to do with your share of the treasure?
Karl visibly scoffs, shakes his head, and just... We'll see. We'll see.
He's going to buy a nicer longbow.
Ah, yes, if possible.
He's going to get one of those new recurve bows I've been hearing about.
Hmm. That would be nice if there's a treasure. I understand the girl thinks there's something out here, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong.
You see, Jocelyn, this is what happens when you are old and wrinkly. You just doubt everything.
She says, well, I have no doubts. I know there's treasure there.
Well, there's
Seen
certainly
plenty of
something
things.
drawing plenty of people there. There's certainly something drawing people there.
Perhaps the treasure is on the people. You do that, Vinny. Yes.
The real treasure is the journey.
And the friends we make along the way, huh?
She pulls out her pipe, stuffs it, and begins puffing on it, and says that she's going to use her treasure to buy some armor, get some training.
Oh yes, what kind of training are you interested in?
She says, combat mainly. I wanna be able to defend myself like you guys.
Oh yes, well we don't do that alone. Haha, yes, that's right. I think you were. The Talgar, he's an old man now. He's tired from rowing all day. I don't think you'd be able to take this little girl.
Might make it more fair.
Talgar is feeling pretty tired right now.
Talgar needs to rest. If we're gonna haul ass down the river again tomorrow.
I
little
will
bit.
say this looks safe. I've walked around. There doesn't appear to be anything around here.
She kind of nervously thumps the hilt of her new rapier. She says, I have been wanting to try it out.
Nice. Well, Vincent, you have a rapier. You show her how it works.
Okay, well, you're able to find one pretty quickly. She draws her rapier, which is extremely sharp, glimmers in the light of the campfire, and she leaps into a surprisingly good form and is quite agile as she strikes out at you. And hits with a 17. Meets beats as she just ever so slightly pricks like through a weak part in your armor. And I guess it would be... That's 4 points of damage, hitting a rather critical, vital spot. She immediately says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to actually strike you." God damn it! What is that save? Well, she fails it. in between gasping and laughing, she says, "You cheated." She's laughing. She winded, tears in her eyes from laughing. She takes your hand and gets up. So thanks. So we don't have many books, but the few that we did have, there was a few chapters on sword fighting, and I've been trying to practice with some of the scarecrows as much as I can. She cleans her rapier and sheaths it and sits back down at the fire. Gets her pipe back out and nods acceptingly. And she says, at least I wasn't dumb enough to try to go after this thing on my own. But she says, I think that I'm going to turn in for the night. But thank you for the sparring. Even if you cheated. Her eyes kind of narrow. She heads off to bed.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Likely good. Yeah, I'll do third. Although Karl will probably be awake for second watch because he's an elf and he only needs 4 hours.
All right.
Tyee's already snoozing, already snoring.
So, give me a roll for each watch. Perception. All right. First watch. It's uninterrupted. Second watch. Okay. And third watch.
$11.
Okay. Towards the start of your shift, Karl, you hear wolves calling in the distance, and they do sound like they are getting closer. They're still a good ways away, but they do sound to be approaching.
Alerted, I will try to move myself out into the woods in the direction I heard them coming from.
Okay.
And just kind of keep a closer watch and keep paying attention to it.
Give me a stealth roll.
So this is something I keep forgetting to do. 1 second, let me look. One of my class features lets me add a D4 to all stealth rolls. I'm fairly certain.
Cool.
Because stealthy, sneaky, emo, ranger things. So 1 second. Where is it? Gloomstalker, I thought. I swear I'm not crazy. Sorry, I'm looking on my sheet right now to find it. Yeah, there it is. Cunning Intuition. When you make a Charisma, Performance, or Dex Stealth check, you can roll a D4 and add that number to the total ability check. So, probably won't need it anyway. But so that's that plus. So that is a 28 stealth roll.
Okay. So you just kind of disappear into the woods, kind of move out away from the camp, testing the wind, seeing what direction it's going, listening to the calls of the wolves as you try to position yourself in the optimum place. After a while, maybe an hour or so, You hear ever so softly padded footsteps in the darkness. You have dark vision, correct?
I do at 90 foot of dark vision.
Okay. So you see the shadowy shapes of what appear to be a pack of dire wolves moving through the area.
So my intent is to try to get a surprise shot on one and then yell to everybody to wake them up.
Okay. Where did you go? You're over
I
there.
moved myself to the side where I know where they're coming from here. There we go.
All right. So your intent's to exactly what? You're gonna.
The intent is to take mechanically to take a surprise. Like first things first, I'm going to take a shot at the lead wolf, and then I'm going to yell to everybody else. Dire wolves! Dire wolves! Up! 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 Time to fight!
Give me just a moment. As I did not expect it to go down this way. D&D Beyond. All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative so I can get that into the tracker now.
Yes.
Which, oh my god, they have save like encounter and stuff now. So if I accidentally hit back or something, it's supposed to save it. Not that I want to test it, but. Alright, so, Vinny. Vesmir. 15, Talgar.
1.
1, Tyee.
5.
5, Karl.
15.
15. And Jocelyn will operate with a 1, as she is startled, and this is her first random encounters. So Karl, where are you at? You're over to the side. So you would have been like maybe on the other side of these trees here.
Yep.
See the dire wolves. They're probably a little bit further away because you have crazy good vision. All right. So, which one you shooting?
Make it easy. We'll shoot. Well, the surprise shot will go against A.
Okay.
It's going to be a 12 to hit.
12 will not hit as your arrow narrowly misses it. You see its whole body tense and its head snap in the direction that the arrow came from.
Alrighty.
And that was the surprise round?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because multi-attack doesn't come into play with the surprise.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So in that case, as you let loose, you see this mist. The wolf's head snapped. You start yelling out to the party, "Dire wolves! Dire wolves!" And Vinny, you bolt awake, hearing these words. What would you like to do? As you are prone currently. Okay. You have cast Sanctuary on Jocelyn. Does it have an outward appearance of the spell? Like glow or anything? Okay. Gotcha. Alright, so Jocelyn is now warded. She's still struggling to kind of get out of her bedroll and snap to. Her rapier is like off to the side a little bit. So, Karl, are you so you were invisible in the darkness. You shot and missed.
Actually, that's a good point. If I was invisible, it should have been with advantage, but we don't have to really mulligan that.
But are you visible now?
No, I'm invisible. I mean, they may know where I am by smell or audio, but they would not be able to see me.
Gotcha.
It's not invisibility. It's an innate. You're just innately. The way it reads is even in darkness, creatures with dark vision cannot see you. So if I was holding a light, they could see me. But if I'm not holding a light, they still couldn't see me. They could probably yes, they could absolutely smell or hear me, but they couldn't see me, which I would think equates to this. It would be like attacking an invisible foe. You probably would attack with disadvantage.
I feel like they're spread out because you saw me measuring.
What? No. I'm one tile short of being able to reach Karl.
Oh, gotcha.
And so basically, they're taking the fastest path to the camp because there's commotion and things happening there, and Karl is yelling out. So
Run.
they're just heading that direction.
It's all good, man.
So
It's still
Karl,
funny,
you
though.
see them all bearing down upon you. The lead one being a mere 5 feet away from you. Whether they've seen you or not, they're about to find you, and it is your turn.
Right. So for this one, for my bonus action, we're going to Hunter's Mark Wolf A. Clicky. And then we're going to let loose the new and improved Howitzer, which is 3 attacks. Because I get 2, I now have an extra attack plus Dread Ambusher. Which is, if they all 3 hit, that's a 4d8 plus 8, because I get the plus from my 2 longbow attacks. I don't get the modifier on the extra 1d8. I know this sounds really complex. I can break it down if there's questions, but I've looked it over and I'm pretty sure it's right.
So how much?
So I'm rolling 3 attacks right now. We're going to see how many hit. The question for you, though, is going to be: is it going to be with advantage or not? Because am I invisible, or like how's that going to work? Because I should technically still not be visible. However, they would know I'm here, so it's kind of like
at this point, because not only did you shoot and miss, but you are yelling at the party to wake them up. They know you're there.
Perfect. We'll do it in standard rolls. So first hit's a 23.
That's definitely gonna hit.
Then there's a 14.
That will hit as well.
Okay, so the 3 hits. So it's 23, 14, 14. So this is going to be
against A.
Against A. Well, okay. So it's something that just occurred to me. This is gonna be a lot of damage. It's probably gonna be more. It may be more than enough to kill. So should I walk through the hits one at a time?
I mean, it's up to you. Are you shooting 3 times at one, or are you shooting 1 arrow at each wolf? It sounded like you were shooting 3 arrows at the lead wolf.
We're doing 3 arrows at the lead wolf. That's what I said. That's what we'll do. It's a learning experience. 2, 3, 4. Jesus. Yes. 1, 2.
Seriously, need to make some custom weapons for yourself.
I know. Well, it's difficult because it's all based upon that hit roll. It's going to change depending on how that hit roll comes out. 35. Holy fuck. So that's a 42 damage right there.
Yeah, like you hit the wolf like square in the sternum, and it just like crushes and shatters, and the bone turns to shrapnel as it just passes through the core of the creature's body and exits the other end, splattering its companions with its entrails. It is decimated, just comes skittering to a halt. It is gone.
Yeah, I have no doubt. And then we're going to move. Let's see, I actually have 40 foot of movement, which is going to be 8 tile. So yeah, we're going to try to move over to Thar. And I tend to be stealthy, but I don't know if I don't think I have like an action to be stealthy. So just, I guess, for flavor, then that would be all I can do. Because I don't have a bonus action anymore. So even if I wanted to try to be stealthy, I don't think I could.
Okay. All right, so that is Karl's turn. Vesmir, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck. Uh, 10 foot. Move yours out of the way.
They're not on that tray? Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
There's got to be a beer opener in those somewhere.
Oh, not talking to me. Yeah, just those back 3 with a 10. Oh. First one is a 21. Second one is a natural 20. Third one is a 13. Okay. Much 13 you said? For half? And 26. Okay. So Wolf C looks bloodied. Okay. Tyee, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck.
Yeah. So I am going to call down a moonbeam right there. I'm gonna reach up into the sky, grab the moon, bring it on down upon their heads.
Okay, let's see. Get those. Is that a 10-foot radius, Tyee?
It is.
Just those back 3 then, or the front 3.
Okay. Back 3 then.
So back 3?
Yes.
Okay. The moonbeam radiates out of the sky as a cylinder of radiant light surrounds your foes. What else?
That ends my turn.
Talgar, you're up.
All right, I'm just gonna move towards them as far as I can go. And then I'm just gonna take the dodge action and just be ready for him.
Okay. Vinny, you are up. Oh, I'm sorry. Jocelyn gets to her feet, grabs her rapier, looks around somewhat panicked, sees Vesmir, Vinny, and Tyee here, and just takes out her sword and gets into defensive posture. Now, Vinny, it is your turn.
Thank you. Perfect.
It has rolled a 3. That was Wolf B as in boy. D as in dog. 11. The night air is filled with snarling and quick beats of padded furry feet as they haul ass towards Talgar. The pack coming out of the night, Talgar, startling you.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna redeem
Okay.
Dooms.
Okay.
It's like the back 3, right?
He's on to you, don't worry.
Constitution saving throw.
I think those were the 3. Alright. Constitution saving throws coming up. First one is a 19.
Saves.
Second one is a 13.
Fails.
Third one is a 3 with a natural 1.
Alright, so these guys are going to take the 2 that failed take 12 damage, radiant. The one that passed takes 6.
You said 13? How much damage total for the full?
12 total damage.
Yeah. Let's see. So Wolf C succumbs to the radiant burning moonlight and never makes it out of the circle. Maybe room for this one to come up. So Talgar, the pack descends out of the darkness, snarling at you since you're in heavy armor and clattered forward to greet them. You have they have a disadvantage because of your guard, but also have advantage because of pack tactics. So it'll be a straight up attack roll, one for a bite from each one of them. The first one is a natural 20.
Of course. That's a hit.
Hold on. Crit damage. There we go. 17 points of piercing damage. And I need a strength saving throw.
Interesting.
16.
You resist them trying to knock you over? They do, but he put himself into a defensive posture, which makes their rules disadvantage, so it negates each other. Yeah,
And
which you just happened to get a critical on.
I have a follow-up as well, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
When they attack him, are they like using a shove action? How does that work? Can he contest that with his strength and his acrobatics?
It is a strength saving throw based upon an ability. They basically like leap up with their double paws and mass as they like snarl and bite at him, pushing on him. So he's just trying to resist that.
Yep, it's mostly just a curiosity thing as well.
Yeah, it basically says if the target it must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Alrighty, makes sense, man. Thank you.
All right, so that was the first attack. As the next one leaps and tries to bite, it gets a 19.
Miss.
And the third one leaps and bites. 22.
That's a hit.
8 points of piercing damage, and I need another strength saving throw.
$16.
You resist being Dr. Prode.
Talgar, how much damage did you take?
Hurting pretty bad. I've taken 25.
Alright, thanks.
I forgot about my damn bonus action. I should have did my shield.
You know.
Hey, Karl, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck.
Okay. Well, So my intent is to be unseen again, to try to...
Yep, you are definitely invisible, stalking through the forest.
Alright, so we're going to take... We have 2 attacks now, because that's how we are. I don't believe any of these will... Does any single one from my read distance look more hurt than another?
Yes, it's... But I just stepped away to grab a drink.
Well, that's fine. I can roll an attack because to speed it up a little, because I'm definitely going to be shooting at that one.
Yeah. So E looks like it's got a little bit of damage. D's got a little bit of damage. B's got a little bit of damage. That's about all you can ascertain.
All right. Well, we're targeting E, and I'm sure we missed because that was a 12 to hit
That is a miss.
on our first shot, but we have 2. So, oh, actually no, roll at advantage. So here's the second roll. And it's a nat 20.
Okay.
Check BM.
Oh, and of course, yeah, the bonus action Hunter's Mark will go on that guy. I should have said that ahead of. Sorry.
Probably don't need it.
Well, maybe. All right. So here's 2d8 plus 4 plus 1d6. So it's going to be 22 points of damage to E.
22 points of damage to E. Is that correct? 2-2?
Yep. Yes, 2-2.
Alright, so you hit a vital organ with your shot. Drops the creature.
All right. And then we're going to take our next shot at B as in Bravo, which we do not get Hunter's Mark on yet because our bonus action was to move it there, so I'll have to move it next turn. So this is going to be not Hunter's Mark damage. But we go right-click advantage, roll our dice. That's an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
With a pitiful 1 on our damage roll, it only does 5 damage.
5 damage to B as in Bravo.
B as in Bravo. And then that is going to conclude our turn.
All right, Vesmir, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck. Constitution saving throw is 16. First wolf, 10. Second wolf, 12. Third wolf, 19. Okay. Well, 2 of them failed. Okay. Yeah, so these get pushed back 15 feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, they didn't use their movement, so no attacks of opportunity. They look severely hurt. Anything else? All right. Tyee, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck.
Yep, gonna move my Moonbeam on top of the two that just got knocked back, and that takes moving the Moonbeam takes an action. So with my bonus action, I am going to upcast Healing Word on Talgar, 3rd level, and he will heal for 12 HP.
Oh, thank you.
And that will conclude my turn.
Okay. Talgar, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Alright, I'm gonna swing on the one in front of me, B.
Okay.
It's a 9.
9 does not hit.
I'm gonna swing again on it.
Okay.
It's another fucking 9.
It does not hit either.
Two ones. Alright, that's gonna be my turn.
Alright. Vinny, you're up. Oh. Jocelyn, seeing Talgar in distress, races forward. Rapier in hand. 1, 2, 3. And she will stab at the beast with her rapier. Somebody give me a d20 roll. Just a straight roll.
Who? 7.
So it pokes at the beast and it turns its head and snarls. That is her turn. Vinny, you're up now. He rolls a 20. Holy shit. Alright, he looks bloodied. Quite bloodied. Okay, so Wolfbee snaps its jaws without advantage at Jocelyn. Alright. In that case, it rolls an 8. It turns its attention to Talgar. It rolls with disadvantage on the attack roll. Or no, because you're not in. So it's just a flat roll because you swung on me.
Yep.
19.
It's a miss.
It's a miss. Okay, well, the other two wolves' turn start, so con save's coming up. A 12 and a 5.
They both take 13 points of radiant damage.
Considering they don't have 13 HP between the two of them, they fry in your radiant moonbeam. It's just like charred fur and this horrible scent on the air, bathed in this like sickening, like pale glow.
Can you imagine the the Twilight Cleric? They give that thing moonbeam. Can you imagine something more ridiculous than that? Fucking stupid.
Yeah, give them the fucking power to throw archer bolts at the same time.
I know, or give their companions 300 foot of dark vision and 21 HP every round.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah.
Not broken at all.
Oh.
It's not like you're getting massive bonuses to damage at the first of the round.
42 damage.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. It was just 42 damage, which I've looked over those dice 3 times. That is apps. That's what the dice should be.
What is that thing? A laser
Hey
rifle?
DM, can I change shell types to air burst after I pull the trigger?
Yeah.
It's fun. That's awesome. It really is. All right. Okay, so that was the wolves' turn. So Karl, you are up. As you see this pale moonlight, like just burning away the fur and flesh of these dire wolves. There's a bloodied-looking one that is just attacked or tried to attack Jocelyn, but Talgar interceded.
One more to go. Pulling back, we're going to take our first shot at that one with advantage because again we're all emo ranger style. That's going to hit with a 24. And bonus action move our hunter's mark over. So it's going to be that plus 18 damage on the first shot. Probably enough to kill it.
How do you want to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, as we see it, obviously wounded and bleeding, don't really care. We're just getting this thing down as quick as possible, aiming right between the eyes and launching our arrow, and it just goes in through one eye socket and out the back of its head.
Yeah, it doesn't even get a yelp out. The corpse just laying twitching on the ground. But we are out of combat. Everybody's breathing heavy. Jocelyn, like adrenaline pumping through her system, is looking at her hands that are shaking.
Well,
Done. Good job, Jocelyn. Very well done.
You did good, little one.
She's like, holy shit! That was crazy! She's looking around at all the different, the corpses and the carnage that all unfolded in mere, what was that, 20 seconds or so?
Karl will walk up to them and obviously come into sudden view behind her and just say, does anybody want me to look over these corpses and harvest some meat? Do you guys think we can use it?
I should just leave them. We have rations, we have good berries. Just leave
Good
them
for
for the
me.
wolves.
That wolf had a great axe on it.
I don't know, it's probably a broken great axe.
Full plate mail.
Although I would like to take a look at them to see if they look like they were malnourished, or trying to figure out what provoked this. If they were simply just hunting, if they were forced into hunting, because I don't know. Given if I scanned the area and didn't see any tracks, I'd be suspicious as far as why dire wolves are here. That's the intent.
Okay, so what exactly are you doing? Are you looking over the bodies for clues, or are you?
Yeah, just look on the bodies for clues to see if I can ascertain,
I guess
being
a medicine check.
medicine. Yeah, sure. Just I guess being somebody of the woods, and that I had scanned the area, I didn't see any tracks, so I'm a little surprised to have dire wolves attack. So just trying to figure it out. Yeah, that's a 6.
Direwolves have large territories that they roam. This could have been just an unlucky coincidence. That and the bodies are pretty mangled at this point.
That
Sorry.
doesn't number.
Oh, the moonbeam's one thing. I think I literally saw you blow one apart. I've never seen an arrow do that before.
All the tricks you learn. Yes, the rest of you go back to sleep. I'll make my rounds.
I should love it when they're the age where they just make noise for no damn reason.
You say the age like it only lasts a year.
It goes away at some point, right?
Talgar, as you nurse your bites, give me a Constitution saving throw.
It's a 13.
A
You
man
resist
enters
the
puberty.
strange pull of the boob. No, there's no moon pull. I'm just fucking with you. So the party kind of settles back down. Jocelyn's still kind of adrenaline pumping, shaking. Says, I don't know how you can go back to sleep after that. What if there's more?
You know,
There's more? Exactly. We'll kill more.
oh yeah, she'll be quite alright. Just go ahead and just lay down next to the fire, not too close. Be fine.
I saw them that time. I'll see the next ones.
Alright, so the party settles in to complete their night of rest. And Jocelyn eventually gets to sleep, drifts off to sleep. And due to the shortness of the encounter, everybody gets a full rest, even though you were disturbed. So reset spells, go through your long rest mechanics, as you prepare for the long day of adventuring ahead of you.
So I'm actually not. I wasn't planning to click a long rest because I was on watch, and in theory I took mine, which is fine. I only burned a single spell slot, so it's not like it's a big deal.
Oh my god, roll your rest.
You're not my real dad.
Your character sheet, man.
Like I said, it's fine. It's a single spell slot.
You say that. We're gonna be knee deep in a dungeon here in a moment, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I wish I had that one spell slot left.
I mean, technically, if it takes us longer than 4 hours on the boat, I could just close my eyes and suddenly get it back.
We're gonna be crawling through the desert. No food, no water. We're just one good berry away from salvation, and you're gonna be down a spell slot.
Stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because at the last level, I got level 2 slots. I got 2 level 2s and 1 level 1 slot, so I feel like I've doubled my spell slots, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right, so
fine.
I need to take a wicked piss, so why don't we take a quick 5-minute intermission here?
Sounds great.
So you wake up, you begin to break camp and ready yourself for the day. Is there any particular activities or anything anybody's doing before you set out?
I will set out my my magical quartz crystal, and I will kind of confer with my star map and ritual cast augury. And my question is the path ahead down the river safe for us? You have 4 options. You can say wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for mixed, or nothing.
Okay. We're on the river,
Yep.
and I will give you an answer to that in just a moment. I'm struggling with. I've missed someone and I can't figure out who. Oh, Tyee's character. Oh, Tyee's on the map. Vesmir is missing. There we go. Okay, now you can move yourself around the boat however you would be situated. As you're on the large, decently quick-moving river, you set out from your little protected tributary, begin heading downstream towards the Sword Coast. Okay, and Tyee, you're again the question that you're asking.
The question I was asking is it safe down the river?
It's safe down the river. My choices are like good omen, woe, or a mix.
Yep, wheel for good, woe for bad, wheel and woe for mixed, or nothing.
You get the sense of woe.
Oh. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm getting some pretty bad omens. I've consulted the stars, and something awaits us down this river. We must be on our guard. We must be vigilant, or we must simply get off the river.
Can you tell what sort of thing?
I cannot. It's quite vague. I asked whether it was safe down the river, and I got a pretty resounding no.
Well done.
Tyee is just visibly unimpressed.
Okay, I mean it's seeing normal fish and vegetation and whatnot. It's not seeing anything out of the ordinary yet, but it takes her instructions. I'll follow them dutifully. So, I need a athletics check from Talgar to set to the oars after a full day of rowing.
Is that with advantage then? D4. $16?
Okay, so again, you put the full muscle into it as you and Vesmir, mainly you, put to the oars and push the boat downstream. You're making good headway, maybe not quite as much as you did the first day, but a decent amount nonetheless. Karl, I need a survival roll from you and Vinny. Karl?
Yeah, it's a dirty 20, sorry. I said it and I was muted still, sorry.
Okay. So with the 20, you're able to read the currents, the octopus giving information like a depth finder underneath the boat. You're able to definitely navigate around a few hidden sandbars and other obstacles. You choose the right currents, and combined with Talgar and Vinny's rudder ship, you make pretty good time headed down the river. It's around mid-morning that you see some green-looking figures, Tyee, moving in the forest to the south. They're able to keep up with the boat. They dip in and out of the forest occasionally. Not gotten a clean look on them. They look to be formidable-sized beasts of some type.
Gentlemen, it appears we are being followed by what appears to be orcs or some other type of green creature.
It would be bigger than any traditional orc you've seen.
These orcs are huge.
Jocelyn looks around. The Death Squad? The puzzled look on her face.
We've killed a lot of things.
Yeah, so being alerted, Karl will try to see if he can figure out what the crap is in the woods. So taking a closer look.
Okay, so I guess
For
give
numbers,
give me a perception roll. Tyee, you give me an active perception roll as well.
I rolled an 8, so I'm pretty sure I don't see anything.
I rolled an 11.
Neither one of you are able to get a good glimpse of it, other than it is a large creature of some type, and it looks to be a pair of them. And again, it's not like they're constantly on the side of the thing, just like crashing through the forest. You just see them every once in a while, and you know that they're kind of...
Well, that's something to be mindful of. We'd be able to avoid it if we stay in the river.
Well, they're only on the south side, so if we decide to disembark, we disembark on the north side.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not moving the boat, so theater of the mind. Okay, so you move the boat a little bit closer to the north shore and continue to navigate down the river. As you come close, for the most part, actually give me a... Here, I'll actually make a roll real quick. That's funny.
Asteroid falls from the sky.
Okay. So you're able to make it through the majority of the day without incident. You're kind of lazily moving down the river. Talgar and Vesmir doing a really good job of rowing. Karl and navigating. There's really not a whole lot to do to pass the time, but just kind of take in the sights and sounds. It's a beautiful late summer day. Every once in a while, they haven't not left.
Can I try and grab one of the fishing poles and fish while we move?
Absolutely. Give me a survival check.
Great day for fishing, uh-huh.
Not much else to do.
Just have it follow us along.
Is it wrong that I just thought of Jewish space lasers?
Oh, God. By the way, I got a 17 on the fishing survival.
Okay, so roll me a 1d4.
Neat. Three.
Alright, you catch 3 fish that are capable of serving 5 people. So 5 rations, basically, fish rations, basically, is what you caught.
Some dinner tonight. Who wants fish?
I mean, it's not like they're like right on the shore. It's just a shadowy shape that just for a glimpse every once in a while, you might catch a part of it, and you just have that kind of sense that there is something watching and following on the south shore.
We also could turn south and rid this area of whatever menace that is.
Well, it's late afternoon at this point, so the party needs to inform me of your plans.
Thoughts?
Well, I don't
Whatever
think
it is-
staying high is a very good solution to this problem. I think staying clear.
I think if we park up the camp, we should do it on the opposite shore.
Yes, that is good sense. I say we pull off to the north side.
To camp or to? I mean, I think it is still. It's not terribly late in the day.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is either are you guys getting off to go investigate to the
Oh.
south, or are you going to continue to a resting spot to the north? Is kind of the decision that's at hand, I believe.
I say resting spot to the north.
Yeah, I think we should keep on trucking.
I mean, we are all fairly fresh. Could be.
All right, Karl, give me one more survival check.
Kind of begrudgingly, because Karl would have rather fought, but he's not enough to make a big deal about it. I rolled a 24 survival. Fucking Rangers, right?
This particular stretch of river, there's not a whole lot of change of geography. It's forest to the south and kind of the foothills and beginning of the mountains to the north. So there's not a ton of room to camp to the north, but after a while you do find a flat spot that you can set up camp that would suit your needs. Okay. Okay. So you move in, you set up camp. You can go ahead and move yourself to the north side of the river.
I think I dragged myself under the map somehow. I double click the token and it just shows me. Oh, I can go. We can go deeper. Nope, that didn't work. The little slider on the right. Oh, you
moved
did.
you
Thank
to
you.
the thing. Okay. So as you're cooking Karl's catch there, only feeds 5.
I never learned my lesson. I always eat too much spicy salsa. Sorry.
No, just the campfire model that I put there. It's got a fish
Oh.
on it. When I spawned it, I didn't realize that it was fucking giant tuna.
It is a giant tuna.
Alright. I'm also going to give the party the ability to control Jocelyn. Throw in the water as bait.
It's-
I just want to know if I can do it.
No, this
can't-
is an
I can't do
adventurer's bracelet. Just looks like a rope to me. Okay, so the party settles in, builds up a camp, and kind of hunkers down for the evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and check this stuff out. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before.
Oh my god.
If you don't want me to be curious, don't put cool stuff on the map.
I'm sorry. It does look to be like remnants of the foundations of what was probably once an ancient bridge. Looks to be dwarven in construction. The remnants of the road is kind of reminiscent of like a Roman road, but it more of a mosaic kind of piece here. Doesn't look like it's been maintained, but the craftsmanship has withstood the test of time. At least these portions.
Seemingly satisfied with that, I'm gonna go over here and see what this strange box with the numbers is.
It attacks you.
It rolls a 1, it fails.
Jocelyn looks quite nervous, and has her rapier kind of right at her side the entire evening while she eats her prepared fish. And
Just, you know, Jocelyn, you must relax. You won't be able to notice danger if you are so hyper-vigilant. It sounds counterintuitive, but you must relax.
she says, I mean, how can you relax after being attacked by all of those wolves, and then whatever the heck that is on the other side of the river? You saw it. We all saw it.
Oh, well, yes, I mean, there's all kinds of nasty things out here. Yes, I mean, like when we were down in the caverns, there were crocodiles and all manner of creatures. At the very end, we found, I don't think anybody will ever believe this, frankly, but we found a young dragon. It was
Don't
terrifying.
forget that tentacle thing.
Yes, the thing, right? The thing. Disgusting thing.
Unseen servant, you have an unseen servant. It's invisible. What do you have him to do? Out of nowhere, you feel a cold, wet intrusion into your ear canal.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
What's that? Well, I mean, if it's
I
in
felt that
contact
it
with
gave
his
itself
ear-
away. You know what? It doesn't say I have to see it.
You have to be casting it on something, doesn't it?
It says choose one creature, object, or magical effect. It says nothing about having to see it. Anyway, we're just playing around. We don't have to do this right now.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. So Jocelyn tries to relax, and she starts kind of humming and sitting. What is the appropriate term these days? Crisscross applesauce.
Indian style. Never let it die.
Indian style. Thank you. Indian style. She looks to be trying to meditate. Any other pre-rest activities taking place?
I am going to cast guidance on Jocelyn to aid her in her meditation. I know she's not rolling anything, I just figured the flavor would have been appropriate.
You gonna cast what on her?
Guidance.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Four.
With a natural 20 plus your guidance of 4, she finds a very calm, zen place. It seems to control her breathing and looks almost at peace. The rapier's still sitting right next to her, though. Alright. So, after a while, Jocelyn goes to turn in. Oh. Who has third watch?
I do.
Alright, Karl, I need a perception roll from you as the rest of the party is sleeping and trying to rest while you're on watch.
That would be a 21.
So, the night air is cool coming off the mountains. It's just the normal sounds of crickets and a breeze and the lapping of water against the shore, which is disturbed by a slight splash. If you happen to be paying very close attention, and caught it and it stands out at you. You go to investigate, you see two large green figures slowly slipping out of the water onto the northern shore.
There we go. Learning from the last time, I am going to try to quietly wake the group.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you want to roll for me for that, or...
Describe what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So, I'm going to reach into each tent and whisper as softly as possible, "The beasts from the south, they're here." And just shake them awake and try to... the beasts from the south, they're here. Wake up quietly. And I'll try to do that to each of the tents.
This is the greens things.
It looks like it.
Oh, of course it is. Do they come across the river? How big are they?
Very large. Getting out of the water right now. Get ready.
Everybody gets behind the camps or something.
It almost sounds like a small rain as water pours off of these large bodies. You feel the ground begin to shake as they approach. But the party is awake. Everybody's gotten to their feet and beginning to clamber their weapons about them. And let's go ahead and roll initiatives.
Are you doing the map shake on that, by the way? Because the map is shaking, and that's kind of awesome.
Anytime a large creature moves, it shakes the map.
That is awesome. I love that.
All right, Vinny, what do we get for initiative? 8 in Vesmir. 10 Talgar.
I'm just gonna quit. 1 again.
Saving the good ones for the combat. Tyee.
A
Yeah, the other
9.
ones.
I got a 9.
Karl.
I also got a 9. With a +7 initiative roll.
That truly is unfortunate.
Indeed.
Okay. Alright, so you see the two large, what could be not mistaken for anything other than two large trolls emerge from the river and charge the camp, having their surprise spoiled and ruined by your watch. They come rushing into camp, and Vesmir, looks like you're going first. Karl, you're on deck. That looks to be the way it shaked out.
Yeah, according to the numbers I heard called out, that's absolutely true.
I got a 10, 9, 9, 8, and 1. And Jocelyn is operating on a 1 as well.
Again? We're just still asleep.
Well, Jocelyn's an untrained, non-adventurer civilian, so she's not getting initiative. Rolls a 20. Oh, for both of them. Second one is a 24.
Jesus.
Okay. So you huddle around the dying embers of the fire from earlier in the evening. Karl, you are up. Tyee, you are on deck.
All right. So, we're going to begin as our bonus action, and Karl will chant something in a language nobody can quite hear as green energy swirls around his bow. We'll see what happens here in a moment.
On the edge of my seat, sir.
I'm
I'm gonna roll 5 attacks with advantage and do 10 damage.
Well, so that's a question. I mean, I would imagine, or so question: am I in the darkness? Question mark.
You're kind of backlit by the remnants of the fire. You were waking the party. I would say that you are not invisible at the moment.
So we're going to first. So we're going to cast a spell, and then we're going to spend our movement and run into the darkness.
Okay.
As one does when one can. And then from here, we're going to start taking our shots. So shot 1 is going to go against Troll B. So would this be advantage? I imagine I'm hitting at this point.
Yeah, if you're in the darkness, then your racial thing or class thing kicks in.
Just say OP. It's fine. I hear it. So it's a 24 to hit.
Cheat and stick. It's like rifles and hold fast. Okay. So how much to hit? 16?
24.
24 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, that definitely hits. And that was Troll A or B?
That is the front one. Troll B. So he's going to take 7 points of piercing damage, but he also now needs to make a save. I have on my bow. Well, I can't link in VTT because I'm a VTT. So on my bow, I cast Ensnaring Strike, and so what Ensnaring Strike is, he needs to make a Strength save of 14 or greater, or become restrained.
You rolled a natural 20.
Of course he did. And there goes that spell.
Throws off your snare.
We're going to keep.
Convenience.
All right, well, we're going to keep shooting in. Put one more shot into him. That would be a 26 to hit.
26 to hit will definitely strike.
Oh, jeez. A shitty damage roll. That would be another 5 damage. And then we're going to do our final Dread Ambusher shot. And that's, of course, going to hit. That is a 28 to hit. 1d8 plus 8. 6 plus... Oh, man. My damage rolls were terrible. That's going to be 7 damage on the final shot. And then that concludes my turn.
All right, Tyee, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck as the arrows fly out from Karl, striking their targets.
I'm gonna peek out behind the tent and think, fucking omens, and then run behind the rocks right here, kind of up on them so I can still see these guys. And I'm gonna call down, belay that actually. I'm going to start by lighting up my robes. They will be the sign of the archer once again. And then I will bring down a moonbeam on these what appear to be trolls. I've only read about them in books, but we'll see.
An unconventional and uncommon tactic from Tyee. Spicing up combat with something different.
I'm built to do something very well, except this time moonbeam's at a 3rd level.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
Not
unleash.
the
Yeah. The moon's particularly full tonight, and then Troll B is gonna be the recipient of an archery bolt.
Okay. So Troll B.
Ooh,
fire
that
away.
is a 1, my man. So let's just move
It's a
on.
whiff.
That will end my turn.
Okay, so they are both bathed in radiant light. Vinny, you are up. Talgar on deck. All right. Talgar, you are up.
Okay, for bonus action, I'm going to cast my little shieldy on myself.
Okay. It's you once more into the breach, my dear friends.
Move forward up to B.
Go, gadget, meat shield.
And I'm going to swing on it. It's a 17.
17 will hit.
It's me 11 damage. I'm going to swing on it a second time. It's going to be a 26.
That will hit.
That one's going to be 13 damage.
The creature looks bloody.
And that will be my turn.
All right. At the beginning of the creature's turn, Talgar, since you're right up close and personal and you're slashing away with your longsword, you notice that some of the wounds that you just called start to stitch themselves back closed as the creature appears to be regenerating.
Fucking trolls.
Yup, back to the group. These dudes can heal themselves.
Shit, me too.
And B is going to
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man.
14
I fails.
and a 19.
Oh, he passes. All right, one fails, one passes. Here we go. Oh, that roll is shit. They take 9 radiant damage. That was a 1, a 2, and a 6. What a shit show. Oh, well.
9. So they both passed or only one passed?
Only one passed.
Okay, and so is 9 damage total or half?
9 is the total.
Oh shit, okay. So they're taking 4 damage.
One is
half.
taking 9, the other's taking 4, yeah. Or they're both taking half because they have resistance. I don't know. Whatever. You're the DM.
No, we're good. We're good.
You do the
We're
math.
good.
Yeah.
We're good. All right. So now that their con saves are out of the way, they brush themselves off. Rear up Talgar, and one of them is going to attack you twice with its claws and will then attempt to bite you. So, first attack is a 12. Second
Miss.
claw attack is a 17. And as it
Miss.
snaps its mouth around you, it is a 25.
That's a hit.
And it does 6 points of piercing damage.
You have shield?
Sorry,
Yeah,
that
but it's
was-
only up to 22.
Oh, I thought your
No.
AC was really high. I thought your AC was like 20. Okay.
Well, it is 20, but the shield only gives me a +2.
The shield gives you a +5.
What?
Right. I thought you had a spell shield. No, okay. I thought you said that earlier. I thought you said I forgot my shield. I was like, oh, you forgot shield? That sucks.
Shield
Okay.
of Faith.
Oh no, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot my
Okay.
shield spell.
All right. Okay, shit. My bad. I misunderstood.
All right, the other one moves up and slashes twice with its claws. The first one being a 25
Hit.
for 14 points of slashing damage. The second claw attack is a 22
It's a hit.
for 14 points of slashing damage, and it attempts to snap its jaws at you. Fortunately, missing with a 12.
I am not looking good.
Vesmir, you're up. Karl, you're on deck. Okay. Is that like a straight line, or how does that work? It's a cone. Okay. Oh, you're with Vesmir. I'm sorry, I was looking at Vinny. Sorry, not. You're good. Go ahead and cast. All right, the one closest to you rolls a 8. The one further away rolls an 18. How much damage am I take? Seven. All right, and then and it gets pushed straight back. Oops, so he gets thrown way over there. No, because it's not using his movement. So he gets thrown that way. Anything else? He has rolled an 8. Okay. Oh. Fuck. Put some like. Yeah, well, he's like over there in the bush. All right, Tyee, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Okay. Use my action to move the moonbeam to cover these guys again.
You'd said I was on deck earlier.
Oh, yeah, I think you probably did.
Oh, I'm sorry,
yeah,
Vesmir, Karl. Karl, you're next. Tyee, you're on deck. Sorry.
Okay. No, totally fine. I was just like, wait a minute. Just figured I'd check before. Okay, so here's the shtick. So this round, my intent here is to figure out see if I know why they're regenerating, and if I know that, to communicate what can counter it to my friends. I don't know would that count as a bonus action or a free action, or a full action. Frankly, like that's the question.
Just step me through it again.
Yeah, I want to. I heard Talgar say they're healing, and I want to try and figure out if I know why and what can counter it, to tell my friends.
That would be a nature check to remember lore or knowledge about this creature type.
And then would that be an action or a bonus action or a free action?
That would be an action.
That would be an action.
Turn economy, it's a bitch.
No, absolutely.
Two attacks or nature check? What a son of a bitch, right?
Yes, but if these things are regenerating, I can drop it, but it's going to get right back up until we do sort out its regen.
But when it goes down, we just set it on fire.
We'll see. Okay, fine, fair enough. Well, at the very least, if we get one down, so that's my expectation here. If we get one down, I am actually going to absolutely spend a turn to do that, or spend an action to do that.
Sure.
So looking between the two, A and B, can I discern which looks the most damaged?
B definitely looks more fucked up than A.
Excellent. So we're going to take both of our well, okay. We're going to do this one at a time. So shot one, I'm going to just assume I'm still hidden. So shot one with advantage against B. That would be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's 9 damage to it. Is it still up?
It is still up.
Still up. We're rolling again to B. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
For a 5 damage, and then it doesn't matter what happens next. We are going to move a little further away, and then that will conclude our turn.
All right, Vinny, you are up. I'm sorry, Tyee, you are up. Vinny, you're on deck. God damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna use
my tracker got moved forward, and I can't move it backwards.
Ah, man.
Try Control Z, like the roll 20, by the way.
No. Try F9. No, I'm going to use my Moonbeam. I'm going to use an action to move it back on top of the targets. And then I'm going to follow up with a... I'll let the DM decide that. And
yeah,
then...
you can either move it on the one near Talgar or the one that's in the bushes. I can't push them further back in the bushes because of the models.
Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it on the one on Talgar.
Okay.
And then I will follow up on that same one with a archery bolt.
All right, fire away, sir.
Does a 25 hit?
It does indeed.
Okay. and that will be 13 points of radiant damage to that one.
13 points of radiant damage.
You got it. And that will conclude my turn.
Okay, Vinny, you are up. Talgar, you're on deck, and I did not move the tracker forward, so we're back in sync. Not yet. She goes after Talgar. Yes, and she didn't take an action last turn. I guess she was just too terrified, and I forgot. Rolls an 18. It actually rolled a 19, but it has a -1 wisdom. So it's an 18. It has 8 HP left, and with this mind spike, describe what happens to the troll. Okay, so he is expired on the ground. Talgar, you're up unless you had something else, Vinny. Alright, Talgar, you're up as you face down this troll.
Alright. Look at Troll A, and I'm going to swing on this bitch.
Okay,
It's going to be a 23.
that will hit.
I'm going to feel some divine energy come through me. And I'm going to feel a little smite coming out at 2nd level. So that's going to be, let me do my first damage.
Like just 2 drops of smite.
So it's 13 slashing damage.
13.
And then 3.
Creature looks bloodied at this point.
And then 17 radiant damage.
Holy shit.
And then I'm going to do my second attack. This is going to be a 23.
That will hit.
That's going to be 14 damage.
Carve into this troll repeatedly with your longsword strikes. It's looking very bloody.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright. Jocelyn, at this point, seems to have snapped out of her stupor and races forward to engage the troll, having found a batch of courage in her. She's swing with her rapier. Somebody please roll me a d20.
I can do that. Roll incoming. She's gonna roll. Okay, this is my last roll because she rolled a 6. Somebody else rolls next time.
So she stabs at it a couple times, it misses. It looks infuriated at this annoyance. As it begins its turn, it makes a Constitution saving throw. And rolls a 12.
It fails and receives 23 radiant damage.
It has 20 HP left as your moonbeam cooks it. Like a hot dog in a microwave, it begins to just expand and then rip and then just rupture and collapse on the ground. It's an awful mess being baked by burning moonlight.
I'd like to.
The smell is atrocious. Jocelyn just like begins gagging and walks away from the mess.
I'd like to follow up with something if I may.
By all means.
I'd like to move up and see if they are regenerating at all.
As you watch it, it does not appear to be regenerating.
Do either of them appear to be?
No, they both appear to have
right.
expired. And
Cool.
Karl, if you want to go ahead and roll me that natural or nature roll that you are holding on to.
Yeah.
And you know what? Give me somebody not Tyee. Roll another d20.
Rolled a natural 1 on the nature roll. Dang me.
Jocelyn remembers reading some fairy tales about trolls. This is the first one she's ever seen. But she can remember that they will regenerate unless they've been exposed to certain types of damage. She has trouble remembering which types of damage it is, but she thinks one of them is acid.
Well, none of us here had acid damage, I don't believe. That's a good start. It's a good memory.
They do not appear to have any worldly possessions. Give me I don't know, either Arcana. Yeah, possibly Arcana, I guess, if you're looking for stuff that maybe I don't miss or something. You can't remember of anything in particular being troll related that was needed or valued. Okay. The party's breathing heavily and whatnot. Unfortunately, we will not be able to complete a long rest due to the interruption 2 nights in a row at this point. So you may do short rest mechanics, but long rest is not able to happen at this point with dawn quickly approaching.
I'm going to fall fast asleep, although not very restful sleep.
Dawn arrives not too long after. As you begin to break camp, everybody a little groggy. Talgar, having taken a few hits overnight, the remnants of the troll corpses kind of just laying here in the sun, being even more hideous. Just kind of like turns her upper lip and just is just like disgusting creatures.
What did the Song of Rest add to the healing?
For each hit dice used, or just in total? Okay.
How are you looking, Talgar?
Not great. I was able to heal up a little bit with my nap, but not fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm feeling pretty good. Some good spit.
Alright, so is the party setting out for the day?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, as we begin our third day of travel on the river. You set out. I need a athletics check from Talgar and Vesmir row team.
What does that add to it? before. It's gonna be an 8 this time.
An 8. Okay. So the last 2 days of rowing and traveling and last night's encounter have definitely taken the toll on you. Your body's trying to do what you're asking it to do, and it's struggling. The speed that you accomplished in the first 2 days is not available to you today. The boat's definitely moving much slower than it has been so far. Karl and Vinny, go ahead and give me a survival check as you try to make up the deficit with expert canoemanship. That's a word. That's a word now.
A 10 for Karl.
How much
With
for
a
Vinny?
+6.
14. So Vinny is able to quickly respond to Karl's delayed observations as sandbars quickly sneak up on the canoe. But you're able to actually avoid them with quick rudder work. Flying miniatures come out to the boat and miss the boat. Can't get out of the water because you're wearing heavy armor, buddy. Okay. But you do make your way down the river. Based on the map that you looked at, Karl, and where you're at so far in the journey, you would think that you would have been here probably pretty early in the day had it not been for the pace that you're maintaining today. So it's probably late afternoon as you're kind of approaching the area that you would be needing to depart the raft and head into the mountains. And off in the distance, Tyee, as you kind of just take in the journey, you see a few dots on the edge of the river, way off in the distance. They look to be people of some sort.
Actually, there appears to be some people, some figures on the distance or on the horizon.
Odds are they probably haven't seen you yet, but you see them.
Oh yes, I will see. About how far away are they?
They're maybe like half a mile or so.
Okay.
So are you telling the rest of the party?
I did tell the rest of the
sorry.
party. I told them, yes.
The party doing anything about it?
Peer very closely to see if we can actively discern what they are.
Okay, as you get a little bit closer, as you continue down the river, everybody give me a perception roll.
Natural 20 for a 21.
27.
I've got a 19.
So,
We
19
are
and
very
high,
percept.
19 and higher. It looks to be a group of individuals that are leading another group of small individuals at sword point, basically. They're kind of they're shoving them like towards the river. Like it looks like they're trying to get them to get into the river or across the river.
Should we see what's going on?
We should be involved in.
At this point, I would say probably a quarter mile.
Quickly, get to vote to the shore. Get to the shore.
Yes.
Get to the shore. Get to the shore. And I am gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Yes!
Bump.
It's been so long since you broke the game.
It's been a long time. I've been good. It's been a long time. It's
Appropriate NPCs. Okay.
A +10 flat on stealth rolls. on top of something else.
On top of like not being able to track, you're not able to be tracked certain ways, or perceived certain ways. I don't know. I have to read it. What do you expect me to just have it on my sheet? I just click it once and read it, like an adult.
Gosh.
Ugh.
I was elected to read, not to read.
I know. So it says you can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage, in addition to the +10 to a stealth check.
Okay, so you stealthily move into the. So I guess everybody give me a stealth roll.
I rolled mine without the +10, so I got like a 26.
+10, I would be a 25.
I'm at a disadvantage, so that's a 13 even with the +10.
Ooh. You just stay in the back.
Sorry, you have to give me a minute. I'm trying to set this up.
Sorry.
Got a live image of Talgar trying to sneak in the D&D memes channel. For you Parks and Rec fans.
Oh no, John Ralphio. Once you start looking for, frick, what's his actual name? Ben
The actor?
Schwartz. Yeah, Ben Schwartz. So actually, we saw him in live in late 2019 down here. But once you start looking for Ben Schwartz, he voices a lot of voices.
Oh, does he? Nice.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Did you see him stand up?
Yeah, it was him and the guy from Silicon Valley, the main guy from there that's super duper geeky and nerdy. I cannot remember his name, but they had like this 2-man show. There was like a lot of improv. It wasn't really stand up, but it was entertaining. I absolutely would say go see them if you have an opportunity. It was a good time.
It's nuts, dude. That's just crazy.
Love me some Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah, it's hard not to. There's one thing that Parks and Rec does, I think, better than The Office is character continuity and development. I just think they do it better. Characters
Oh,
more
absolutely.
interesting. Their development is more satisfying, I suppose.
Same format, but yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, he's good in that, but like nowadays he's kind of crazy.
Do you think he's crazy?
Like I let me go read. I should reread before saying anything, but I'm
okay.
pretty sure he's like an anti-vax kind of guy. Like, let me go
No.
double check before I say that, but I'm fairly certain. IRL.
I think you might be right, unfortunately.
Okay. So, sorry, it took me a second. Yeah, I get it. So, you've snuck over to the south side of the river. As you're making your way silently through the underbrush, you've tucked away the canoe, and you're making your way towards the source of the commotion.
It's
You're
a ship.
hearing what?
Not that I'm bugging with you. It's not a boat, it's a ship.
You see the source of the commotion. It looks to be 4 well-equipped ruffians, all wearing a red armband. And then one individual who's wearing a red armband and just kind of has a more striking pose and air about him as he's barking at the people to get into the water and get across. He is wearing a red cape. You hear him basically saying, "Get the fuck across and quit asking questions. You're lucky you're still alive." All three of the individuals look to be regular civilians. And they're all crying and slowly getting into the water.
Whispering to my compatriots, well, that looks like something we might want to get involved in. What do you think?
I think potentially they don't seem to be treating those people very well. But we don't know anything about this. Those people could be anything. I mean, those soldiers, they could be doing a good service, or they could be oppressors. We don't know.
Yeah, while you're kind of debating this, one of the civilians, the woman, says something to the guard that looks to be in charge, and he doesn't, without hesitation, just kind of backhands her. That sends her reeling to the ground. And says, "Get a move on. I'm tired of listening to you complain." So, Vinny, you're moving forward. What's the rest of the party doing?
I'm gonna move forward as well. I'm gonna try to get a better look at what's going on, but I'm not feeling too hot about what I'm seeing. You know.
Talgar's pretty upset by seeing that.
Jesus, I ended up on a fucking tree. There we go.
We're
He's
keeping
moving forward.
I would say I'm keeping roughly 10 to 15 foot distance behind Vinny, preparing for a bit of a fight, because this doesn't. I don't get good vibes from this situation. And my token was under the map, so when you get a moment. I don't know how I did that, but apparently like these sand tiles do it when I was dragging my guy on top.
So, while y'all are continuing to close the distance, they're still one of the men, tries to help the woman, recover and starts leading her kind of into the water. You hear one of them say that they don't know how to swim, and one of the guards, one of the individuals here's the ruffians, basically laughs and causes the others to laugh as well, and says, "Well, it looks like you might not make it across then, unless you learn fast."
At this point, Talgar's getting pretty enraged with the abuse of these people and picks up speed towards these people.
I'm going to lock eyes with each member of the party, and I'm just gonna kind of tap my robes, and they will light up with the sign of the archer. Very quietly, though, makes no noise.
All right, well, move your tokens to where you would have ninja snuck up to as we begin this, and we'll kick off with some initiatives.
Well, at this point, I'm pissed off, so I'm less worried about ninjaing and more worried about getting up to them and yelling at them, pick on someone your own size.
And I'll need you to unearth my token. I don't know where it is. Seriously, like double clicking just shows me
All right.
There it is.
Quicksand everywhere.
Yeah, so with our stealthy stuff, I would have tried to like circle them and get a good beat on them from the back.
Yeah, using like the setting sun to your advantage and whatnot.
Oh yes.
Did you go into the long grass?
I'm at this long grass. It looks pretty long.
Don't go into the tall grass.
Okay. So let's go ahead and if everybody's moved to where they want to be, let's go ahead and get initiatives out of the way, and then we'll begin with this flurry of action and surprise rounds and all of that stuff. Vinny? Well, Vesmir. 14. Talgar.
14.
14. Tyee.
I have a 17.
17. Karl.
18.
18. All right. Well then, so as everybody's like sneaking up, Talgar, having his fill and reaching his breaking point, storms out from the bushes and begins closing the ranks. That alerts their attention. Those who have snuck up and had some held actions, we'll begin those right now. So I guess we'll start with the initiative order for the first pass. So Karl, you're up. As you see Talgar like come out.
All right. Well, no matter. Oh shit. And then we're going to try to size up all the. So looking at the guards, does any one of them look particularly? Actually, well, they all look about the same. All right, we're going to take our first shot at the. First off, we're going to bonus action Hunter's Mark, Captain D. So the dude in the back, and we're going to take our first shot at him. We are not at advantage anymore because it's not nighttime, and of course I rolled a natural 1, so that goes wide. Second shot also goes to him. Oh, come on. That's a 13
Well,
to hit.
this is the surprise round, so is it just one shot?
Oh, if it's surprise round, natural 1, that's that.
Okay, so Tyee,
Yeah, I am going to move forward and move back right about there or so. That exhausts my movement. God, okay, there we go. And I will call down a level 3 moonbeam right here amidst these guys. And I'm actually just out of range to do anything with my archery bolt, so I will not do anything with that this round, and that will end my turn.
all right, Talgar.
Talgar is gonna rush forward in anger with the way they're treating these people, and just come up to B. And since we're already going to town on them, I'm gonna swing on B.
Okay, go ahead and swing.
First one's gonna be a 20, dirty 20
That will hit.
for 12 damage. Second one is a 14.
So the 14 misses, and upon the misses, he curves his blade around your miss and strikes back at you.
Wow.
Unfortunately, he misses. Anything else?
That's my turn.
Okay, Vesmir, you're up. Okay. Uh, 17, an 8, and a 20. So C failed, and that was how much for the full? Okay. Vinny, your surprise round. I'm sorry, you have to repeat that. Gotcha. He rolls a 12. Okay.
Doesn't he have to take that moonbeam when he exits it?
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you would refrain from, dogging
That's
my
what he said.
moonbeam in the future.
It was
Well, you didn't call it first. My turn was first. Ah, well, it wasn't your turn.
Okay. Well, with that utter chaos running through, we will begin regular rounds now, starting with Karl.
Alrighty. All right. The one that ran out of everything is looking a bit interesting. We will. We're going to hunter's mark that guy.
Okay.
And we're going to probably take. So we got three attacks. So attack 1 goes towards him. Oh, come on, dice. 16 to hit. Question mark.
16 does not hit.
Hey, Daddy.
Okay. Love you too, buddy. So we're gonna roll, shoot him again. We got 3 of these guys. 21 to hit? Question mark.
21 does hit.
Okay, that's gonna be 2 plus. Or sorry, 6 plus 6. So it's 12 damage on that shot. And then our final attack on him is going to be an 20 to hit. Question mark.
20 meets beats.
Got it. So it's going to be 7 plus. Whoa. Scrub that roll. That was not supposed to be 2. It's 1d6. 1, 1, there. That's going to be 7 plus 9 is 18. So 18 damage on the third shot, and that is going to conclude our turn. Yes. Yep, that's it.
That foe looks extremely bloody. Tyee, you are up. Talgar on deck.
Okay, I will move forward a bit, and then I will cast. Let's see here. At human Captain B will be the recipient of an archery bolt.
Okay.
23
23 hits.
for 10 radiant damage.
How do you want to do it?
I just want to hit him in the chest and knock him over. Really quite simple.
All right, just blow him backwards away from Talgar.
Yep. And then I see the commander running out of my moonbeam. I'm not happy with him running away. So I'm going to hit him, or attempt to hit him, with a guiding bolt.
Okay.
The range is like 120 feet, so. 15.
15 will not hit.
Okay. And that will end my turn. Let me put back up my moonbeam, though, so you know where it is. It's like there-ish.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will remind me if I forget. Talgar, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck.
All right, I'm going to move forward, back up to B. And swing on him.
God damn it. I think I deleted the wrong one.
Oh, is B gone?
That was the one you just shot, right, Ty? Or did you shoot the one in front of Talgar?
I shot the one that was right in front of Talgar.
Okay,
I intended to, at least. And then the commander was the one I shot the guiding bolt at.
That's fine. All right, we're good.
Okay, so first one's a 27. I'm assuming that's a hit.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
For 14 damage.
How do you want to do it?
So chop his head clean off.
He just rolls down the bank into the river.
Am I able to use more movement since I didn't use all of it, or is that it?
Absolutely.
All right, then I'm going to move up to C and
Okay.
do my second swing on him.
Swing away,
That's
sir.
a 14.
14 will not hit.
All right, and that is my turn.
But when you reach to strike him and you miss, he is going to lash out and try to hit you. That is only a 16, though.
Miss.
All right, Vesmir, you're up. Well, hold on. Sorry. Talgar, don't you have 2 attacks? No, you're not a fighter, you're a paladin. You don't have 2 attacks, do you?
Yeah, I have 2 attacks.
Do you not have 4 swings? You only have 2? I must be confusing paladin and fighter.
He has no action surge or anything like that. If that's what you're getting mixed up in.
I thought he got to swing more than twice, is all I'm saying.
It just says attacks per action too.
And don't you get a second action?
Not as far as I can see.
Okay, you just get a second attack. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
just get extra attack. You can attack
Okay.
twice instead of once.
Okay, we're just double checking, making sure.
I would love to swing 4 times. That'd be awesome.
All right, Vesmir, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck. Human A rolls a 21. C rolls a 7. So A is looking extremely bloodied, and C is destroyed by this. So, how do you want to do it? Cracking of bone and sinew, and he just collapses. Okay, so he's gone. Okay, Vinny, you're up. He rolls a 5. And this is against A. A only has 7 HP left. Okay, so A expires. With that, D is going to take in the battlefield. He's going to raise his light crossbow and fire it twice at Talgar. A 10 and a 22.
22 will hit.
All right. Okay, so neither one of them hit. And then he will take his movement and begin to run into the southern woods. Um, guard is still moving away. 1, 2, 3. While seeing the rest of his men slaughtered and his other guy breaking and running, he curses under his breath and begins to run as well into the forest. And that will be their turns. Karl, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
How rough does that commander look?
He's limping pretty good as he's running, leaving a trail of blood behind him.
All right, from this distance, and we're not. He's still got our hunter's mark, and so we're actually interested in non-lethal attacks. I would like to find out what the crap was going on here. So I'd like to make these next 2 attacks as non-lethal as possible.
All right. So you're
Which is
shooting
good.
twice,
Yeah.
or are you shooting once?
Well, the first one's a natural 1, so there's that.
Okay.
But I have 2 attacks, so yeah. So that one, of course, misses. So this will, we're hoping this will be like maybe in the leg and the foot if it hits. Oh, that's probably going to hit. That's a 23 to hit.
The arrow arcs up in a way, you're having to lead the shot a little bit. You let loose, and the hang time of the arrow is rather impressive at this distance. And it comes down and smashes directly into his knee, shattering it as you hear him scream out in pain and take a tumble into a cloud of dust. Go ahead and roll your damage on that.
Sure. Commander. That's going to be 12 plus. It's going to be a total of 14 damage.
Okay. You see as the body comes to a stop, he slowly starts to get up to all fours to crawl away, dragging his bad leg. But he does not look good.
And I'll free action yell to my group, take that one alive? We should know what happened here. And then I'll take some movement to get a little more distance from our guy coming closer, and that'll be my turn. Whoa. Somehow, again, I dropped my token under the world, which that doesn't make a damn bit of sense because it was above the world a minute ago. But anyway, that's it.
All right, put your new one. All right, Tyee, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck if needed.
I'm gonna move my moonbeam nearby the civilians, or what appears to be the civilians. I'm gonna yell out a little bit of a threat, saying, "Stay where you are, or I will utilize my magic against you."
Yeah, they look to be just in utter shock and are cowering on the beach.
Then I'm going to send an archery bolt against human Captain D. I don't really care whether he survives or not, frankly.
Okay.
It's gonna go wide right though. It's a 14.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does go wide right. Anything else?
Nope.
Talgar, you're up.
I'm gonna hang out and try to comfort these cowering people.
Okay. It's gonna be okay, guys. Hey, don't touch the light. All right. So you're attempting to comfort them. Give me a persuasion check.
15.
All right. Vesmir, you're up. He rolls a 19. Vinny, you're up. You really don't need go for the rolling so you can experience, but he doesn't have that much HP left. Well, I mean, it's based on HP. Look at those ones. Look at those ones.
Wow.
He has 3 HP left, so he just falls to the ground, slowly bleeding out his knee. And he is snoring. All right, D is going to continue to run, sprinting into the woods. And at this point is basically disappearing into the woods. City Guard Commander is asleep. Nobody to wake him up. Karl, you're up.
On that red carpety area is where my token is supposed to be. I don't know why I keep falling through that. But I would definitely be still in range of this fella because it's longbow. So bonus action, we're putting our hunter's mark on that guy and muttering, "We only need one of you." Taking a shot on him. We're just gonna take both shots. I'm gonna roll both shots right now because they're both going to go to him anyway. So the first shot's an 18. Yeah, that's the great axe. Shit. So the 18 is probably going to hit anyway because it's going to be an additional 5. That would be a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Why did I click great axe? I'm an idiot. Thank you, though, Vinny. Yeah, that's a full 5 extra. So the second shot would have been a 12, which probably does not hit.
Nope.
Okay, so we got one hit with damage of that plus a d6. So he takes an additional 15 piercing damage. And I think that is all I have.
The 15 total?
15, 1-5.
And that was all the damage you did that round?
That is correct.
Okie dokie. You hear him scream. He's like got 3/4 cover and just like, seeing the last bit of him disappear into the forest, and you hear him scream as your arrow finds its mark. Tyee, you're up. Talgar on deck.
Yeah, gonna just kind of move forward and ask these people what that was all about. Moonbeam still in effect.
Okay.
What were these soldiers doing to you?
They're not soldiers. They're bandits.
Did they appear to be bandits?
They appear to be very well equipped for bandits. They have somewhat matching gear and uniforms, although
You could insight check her.
it's not to the same as it's not as precise as like a military uniform would be.
Very well organized. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that information, do I get the sense that they're telling me the truth?
Give me an insight check.
It's a nat 1.
Okay. They appear very truthful. Although panicked. Okay, so Talgar, really, is anybody else doing anything for Bandit D as he's disappearing into the forest?
I mean, probably not until he was able to disappear. Yeah.
So you're tending to the ones you've just killed. Okay. You're attempting to do medical first aid. All right. Yeah, I get it, but whether it'll work or not is unknown at this moment. Okay, so Guard D disappears into the forest. Commander is passed out, and so we are out of combat at this point. The three people are kind of like huddled, kind of clutching each other. They quickly start thanking you for sparing them, that they were tradesmen, family, and were traveling when their wagon was attacked. They didn't seem interested in the cargo. They destroyed all of that and took them captive, and they've been basically force marched through the woods here, and were being forced into the river. They don't know where they were going or why the men took them.
Did they intend to follow you into the river, or were they trying to drown you?
She said we don't know, and when we asked, they just got angry and told us to get in the river.
You say you're craftsmen. Do you carry any examples of your craft?
Quite a few, and our tools and all kinds of other stuff. It was all destroyed in the wagon. Okay.
If these were just bandits, they would have just slaughtered you by your wagon. Why are they forcing you into the river?
I don't know. That one over there is crazy. He's a psychopath. He killed our wagon driver. We had already surrendered. Just killed him to make an example.
How do these people look?
They look like just commoner tradesmen. They look very tired. They're dirty. They look exhausted, traumatized. But they are they're thanking you for saving them.
I'd like to ask that commander some questions. Maybe get somebody to give him some health to wake him up. Oh, you're right.
Berry in his mouth.
Yeah, at this point, I'm assuming he's bound and gagged, and you can do with him as you please. Right. So at this point, he's probably stirring awake, and he looks to be quite angry. He's yelling that he's going to kill you and your family, and he's going to kill all the people that you know, and nobody messes with the red bands and gets away with it.
It sounds like a bandit.
But yeah, he's struggling against the binds and looking quite angry.
Yep. Walk up to him and just look at him and what was the purpose of putting these people in the river?
He laughs. Wouldn't you like to know? And spits at you.
Fair enough. I'm going to take out my dagger and I'm going to try and cut off his pinky finger.
There's Kalbren.
Yes.
Gag him.
Gag him?
Just gag him.
Are you? She's
I'm gonna
a sword, but I'll agree to. Do you have something to gag him with?
I don't know. Use something that you have.
Rip off a part of his own cape and gag him with it.
I'll bring the dagger out, so I'll reach down and I'll cut off a piece of the cape, just glare at him and say, "We'll finish our business later." Take it out, tie it around his mouth, gag him. He's
All
all
right.
yours. And then Karl walks into the woods.
Okay. Some of the commoners here, he introduces himself. He's like, I'm Frederick. This is my brother William and my sister Bethany. You wouldn't by chance happen to have any food on you? We haven't eaten in 2 days.
We have plenty of food, but I'm not entirely convinced that you're being entirely truthful for us. There were simply too many gaps in what was occurring. These men just happened upon your caravan. They just happened to kill your driver. They just happened to force march into the river where they could have killed you on the spot. I feel like you are lying.
Don't know what can I do to prove. Put your doubts at ease. I don't know how to tell you other than I'm telling you the truth. We're a family of tradesmen, and our wagon came under attack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Jocelyn, what do you think?
she's just kind of quiet with her arms crossed, puffing on her pipe. Just kind of grunts, doesn't even respond. She looks rather just perturbed. Being a pouty teenager. Okay, give me an insight check. They appear to be being truthful.
Believing what Vinny says, kind of relax a little bit around him, and I'll give each one of them one of my rations.
All right, mark off 3 rations. Make sure y'all have marked off rations for the overnight trips as well so far. Or the overnight stays, your long rests. So they hungrily wolf it down. Um, they're kind of talking amongst themselves, trying to figure out what they do next.
Do you know anything about these armband people and what they want?
It's some type of bandit gang. They've gotten really bold of late, openly attacking wagons in broad daylight. The roads are patrolled now by the Lord's Alliance, and they've increased patrols, but it doesn't seem to phase them. They're well funded, and nobody's been able to find their hideout yet. She kind of says that they have some similar traits. I don't even know why we're helping these people. We should send them on their way. or they're going to want a part of our treasure, he whispers. Okay. Well, it is getting rather late in the day. The sun will be setting soon. The two men have gone and picked up a couple long swords that were dropped by the bandits, and have equipped them. And they inform you that they plan to set out back towards the road tomorrow morning. They ask you don't by chance happen to be headed that way.
Actually, no, I don't believe we are.
What are y'all doing out here?
We're saving you.
Which we're very much appreciative of. I owe you a debt. Said I owe you a debt, and if you're ever in Mirabar, look us up. Well, we do fine woodworking.
What is your name?
I'm Frederick. This is my brother William and my sister Bethany.
I see. Frederick, William, and Bethany.
They're very grateful. And kind of make a makeshift pack. And kind of settle in. They were gonna make camp here.
I'd like to check out the bodies of these red band bandits.
Okay. So there's 2 long swords and 4 light crossbows. The commander has a long sword and 2 javelins.
I'm gonna take his
Yeah.
javelins.
They're wearing now ruined splint armor. And the commander is wearing actual full plate with accompanying shield. The armbands and kind of attempt to add some uniformity to them. Upon closer inspection with your perception Tyee, you notice that some one red armband and kind of the uniform of the splint mail versus another one, the fabrics, although red, appear to be different. It's almost like the uniforms were kind of cobbled together out of different materials to try to make some type of matching motif.
Okay.
That plate armor, does it seem like it would fit someone of my size?
He's a pretty well built individual. With the probably a few strap adjustments, it does look like it would probably fit you.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and relieve him of his plate armor.
He's going to kick and bite against the gag, yelling at you, trying to headbutt you. He's going to fight you the whole time. So give me an athletics. Give me an athletics check.
That's a 6.
He rolls a natural 20 and kicks you in the gut during this process. And
Can I attempt?
does 4 damage to you.
Can I attempt to punch him and knock him unconscious?
You can.
It's a 20.
Yeah, you hit him.
All right, now I'm gonna continue my removal.
How much damage do you do?
It's a straight 5.
Okay, yeah, you knock him out. And are you able to remove the uniform after that, or the plate mail after that?
I'm gonna work on affixing it to myself.
All right, yeah, you can add plate armor to your inventory. So Jocelyn is definitely keeping to herself and away from the civilians that are tradesmen that you saved. She seems rather annoyed that the party's even helping. She feels that we should have sent them on their way and continue towards the treasure. After a while, she kind of takes the map out when nobody's paying attention and kind of goes over it and stuff, and then approaches Karl and gets his attention. And she kind of points to a few things on the map and to kind of some of the features along the bank of the river. And it does appear that this is where you'd be needing to leave the river anyway to cross north and head into the mountains.
Well, it seems it's somewhat on the way.
The civilians will be heading the other way back through the woods. And they've agreed to leave in the morning.
This is true. Like, look at the civilians and ask a question, because they're still here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any bounty on these guys that you know of?
There's definitely a reward for information that leads to the discovery of their hideout.
Good to know. Who would offer that sort of reward?
Pretty much anybody from the Lord's Alliance, the kind of local protectorate. Any of the towns, the speaker should be able to get in touch with a representative.
And where?
He's a member of the Lord's Alliance, yes.
Oh, I was gonna. What's the? Where is the nearest town? We have a live one that we could probably hand to them, and they may give us a bit of coin in reward.
They kind of like take in, well, it's about 2 days at a good pace to the road. And then from there, I guess there's a couple small hamlets, maybe 2 more days down the road on foot. So 4 days, on foot.
Feels hardly worth the effort. Well, I think we have some decisions to make. Thank you, though.
No, thank you. I wouldn't be enjoying this fish and trail mix had you not come along.
Salmon and raisins does go well together. Spoiler alert, it probably doesn't.
All right. So the party settles in to ride the night out here, I'm assuming. Well, the boat can be brought down here. I'm just not going to copy and paste it.
Should definitely move further inland. Move to a location that the one that ran away wouldn't know how to find us, and we should probably deal with this live one. I'll take out my dagger and say, we can just kill him. Works for me. Is anybody opposed?
Seems fitting.
So what are you doing with him?
Well, a Talgar of the strongest of us, if you want to give him a heave ho, all tied up into the river, go. Or
Oh, okay. How much did you roll for? How much am I healing for? Shit, okay. He's looking a little bit more together. The bleeding has stopped in his knee. He still looks fighting, pissed, angry. What would you like to do? Wouldn't you like to know? But I ain't no rat. I ain't gonna tell you. Hey, fuck you. No, no, fuck you. He's struggling to try to get away. He just keeps struggling and, just yelling and making a commotion. All right. So you're
pretty
rolling
sure
into
you're
the
not
river?
going to swim very well tied up like that. You've got one choice, friend.
I'll drag him down to like the shallow part of the water where he's just starting to barely get into the water.
So I guess give me an intimidation check.
15.
Okay. Karl?
Oh, do you want me to give it intimidation as well?
Yeah. I mean, y'all are rolling into the
Sure.
river. And Vinny, are you helping as well? Then yeah, go ahead and roll as well.
I got a 6 because I'm awesome.
So he pauses for a minute as you continue to roll. So basically, as you get him into the water, he's like, all right, what do you want to know? Just let me go.
You're being super intimidating, apparently.
He's right.
Taking him into the mountain. We were going to put him to work. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's in the mountain?
Where a few of us are hanging out.
What'd you say, Calfax? Somebody stepped on you.
It's where a few of us are just hanging out.
What are you gonna what work are you gonna make him do?
Really, anything we didn't feel like doing.
What do you not feel like doing?
Well, somebody's got to deal with the chamber pots and the cooking and the cleaning, and
So you're just gonna enslave them, huh?
he doesn't answer.
I say you let him go. Let him go. Let him go spread word of how we humiliated him.
Let him go try to swim.
No. Karl, listen. Let him go so we can spread the word about how we humiliated him and his party. Work them over like dogs. It's hardly a competition. Pathetic.
How I should strip him of all of his well, I stripped him of his armor already, but strip him of all of his weapons and everything. Send him back in his underwear pretty much.
Like, I mean, that's basically what he's in at this point. He's just bound at the edge of the river. So, are you letting him go?
I think we should unbind his feet, keep his hands bound, and send him on his way.
Wisdom saving throw of 14. He rolls a 7. So he struggles to get up. He's still bound. Are you releasing his bindings?
Leave the hands. We'll see how resourceful he is. He can walk, right?
Well, I mean, he's having a little bit of trouble standing up because of the area.
Oh, right, the knee. Yeah, might as well. Fine.
So he
He can't tell
hobbles-
tales if he dies. We might as well give him an opportunity to live.
He hobbles rather slowly away, but begins moving in the. You said west or south? Begins moving west into the foliage and jungle, unless somebody stops him. So away he goes. So, is there anybody want to do anything else this evening? Yeah, I mean, theater of the mind. Y'all move inland. You found a good place to set up camp after all the commotion and fighting. There's no creatures around, so and this is probably a good place for us to stop for the night, and then we will pick up next week.